Hello, class 7. How are you all? So, we are going to begin chapter number 2. The name of chapter 2 is Nutrition in Animals. Yes, Nutrition in Animals. In chapter 1, we studied nutrition in plants. Nutrition in plants. Before we start the chapter, let's revise the meaning of nutrition. What is nutrition? Yes, what is nutrition? Nutrition is a process by which the body take food in and use the food. Yes, the process by which the body takes in and uses the food. The process by which body intake the food and digest it, then digest it. This process is called nutrition. Nutrition is one of the important factor which keep our body healthy and long living. Yes. So if it keep our body healthy and long living means if you will not intake food, if you will not take food, if your body you will not utilize food, then you will become ill. Your body will become weak. So it is necessary to take food. So the intake of food and digesting to release energy is called nutrition. So our body release energy after eating food. Yes, so we can do any work. That is the meaning of nutrition. Okay, I hope you understood the meaning. So in this chapter we will study that how does the body of different animals take food, digest it, utilize it, and convert into different substance. As you can see on the screen, different animal you can see that you can see the picture of frog, you can see the picture of horse, you can see the picture of crocodile, sparrow, fish. Some animals are herbivores, some animals are carnivores, some animals are okay. So different animals have different way of utilizing food. So some animals like if I talk about butterfly, mosquito, they suck by sucking, because butterflies suck the nectar. Yes, by sucking they take the nutrition. Frog capture using tongue. So there are lot of organisms, and all the organisms take food in a different way. All the organisms take food in a different way. Okay. Then after taking food, they utilize the food, they digest. Yes. If I eat something, my body will digest. If you eat something, your body will digest. So this is the digestion process. So whatever you are eating, all this complex substance, complex food, convert into simpler substance, convert into simpler substance. This process is called digestion. Yeah, digestion. Yes. The process of converting complex substance into simpler substance is called digestion, or you can say transforming of food into smaller particle and release nutrients. You can say transforms food into smaller particles and release nutrients is called digestion. Simple definition: the process of converting complex substance into simpler substance is called digestion. The process of converting complex substance into simpler substance is called digestion. Okay. Now let's move on to the next point. Let's begin the chapter with a little bit introduction. You will not write this one. No need to write. Okay. Don't write. Plant make their food by the process. Plant make their food by the process of photosynthesis. Yes, you already know. You might have studied in third, fourth, fifth class about photosynthesis, that plants make food by photosynthesis. I no need to explain about it. You already know, in the presence of sunlight, plants make food. Yes. But what about you and me? What about you and me? What about other animals? We cannot make our food by photosynthesis process. Yes. We cannot make our food by photosynthesis process. Then how do we get food? From where do we get food? We get food from plants. Yes, animals get food from plants. Some animals eat directly, while some animals eat plant eating animals. Yes, some animals eat directly and some animals eat herbivores. Herbivores means animals who eat plants are called herbivores. Animals who eat plants are called herbivores, like cow, goat, buffalo, deer. They are all are herbivores. They eat plant eating. They eat plant parts. They eat plant. So they are plant eating animals. They are plant eating animals. Okay. And tiger, lion, they do not eat plant. They eat cow, goat, deer, because they are carnivores. Carnivores. You know the meaning of carnivores? Yes. Animals who eat other animals are called carnivores. So we can say some animals eat plants directly. Yes, some animals eat plant. Some animals eat plant, while some animals eat while other animals eat plant eating animals, while other animals eat plant eating animals. Thus we can say animals get their food from either directly or indirectly. So we can say animals get food from plants directly or indirectly. Yes, plants get food from directly or indirectly. Then you know that all the organisms means animals and plant. All the organisms means animals and plant. They need food for survival and growth. So we have a requirement of nutrients. Then we take the food, we intake the food, then we utilize it. This mode of intaking food and utilizing is called nutrition, mode of nutrition. You already studied mode of nutrition in first chapter. Okay. So you know that now you know that different organisms means plants and animals. Different organisms take food in different ways. Plants take food in a different ways. They take food by photosynthesis process. They make food by photosynthesis. We also take food by different ways. Tiger, lion take food by different ways. So different organisms take food in different ways. Let's see one by one animals, how do they take food. Let's move on the next point. Okay kids, different organisms takes food in different ways. Can you see the picture of hummingbird? Can you see the picture of hummingbird? Yes. Is it beautiful? Yes, this bird is so beautiful. Hummingbird can suck the nectar of plants. Yes. Its beak is so strong and long. That's why hummingbird can suck the nectar. Its beak is sharp pointed. So hummingbird suck the nectar. And other animals who suck the nectar? Yes. Butterfly suck the nectar. Yes. So by sucking, butterfly get food, hummingbird get food. But if I talk about mosquito, in case of mosquito, mosquito siphon means taking juice with the help of tube. Yes. I hope you understood. So, mosquito drink blood. Means mosquito siphon the blood. Siphon means drinking through tubes. Yes, mosquito has tube which help to drink the human blood. Okay. And butterfly and hummingbird suck the nectar. Nectar means sweet juice. Yes, they drink. Butterfly, hummingbird drink the nectar, means sweet juice of different flowers, different kind of flowers. I hope you understood. Now let's move on the next point. Okay, let's talk about human being. In short, we will talk about in short. Then we will study in detail. Later, we will study in detail. Human being use their hand to put food into their mouth and swallow the food after chewing. Yes, we human being, we cannot make our food ourselves. We get the food from plant. Plants, and we use our hand to eat the food. We put the food in our mouth. And our mouth chew the food. CHEW. Chew means biting and grinding with teeth. So our teeth chew the food. Then we swallow it. Means directly pass through food pipe. Swallow means directly pass through food pipe. Then we swallow it. So we depend directly on plants. We put the food in our mouth. Our mouth digests the food. Yes, with the help of teeth. Our teeth chew the food. Chew means biting and grinding with teeth. Then we swallow it. Swallow means directly pass through food pipe. So human beings use their hands to put food into their mouth. Human beings use their hands to put food into their mouth and swallow the food after chewing. I hope you understood. Now let's move on the next point. Okay kids, as you can see in the picture, an infant, a baby of cow is drinking the milk of cow. Yes. So animals feed on mother's milk. Yes, cow is the mother of this small infant. So animals feed on mother's animal. Yes, animals feed on mother's animal. You can see the calf is drinking the milk of cow. So many animals, yes, many infant of animals feed on mother's milk by sucking. Yes, when we were baby, we also feed on mother's milk. Yes, we also feed on mother's milk. So all the animals many animals, not all, many animals feed on mother's milk. Okay, I hope you understood. Now let's move on the next point. Okay kids, now let's talk about snake. Snake swallow the animals the prey upon without chewing them. Yes, a snake. How does snake get the food? How does snake take the food? How does snake take the food? A snake swallow the food. A snake swallow the food because snake has no teeth. Yes, snake has no teeth. Snake has no teeth. That's why snake swallow the food. That's why snake swallow the food without chewing it. Means without grinding and biting it. Swallow depend on its prey. Swallow depend on its prey. Yes. Prey, P-R-E-Y, prey. What is the meaning of prey? Prey is that animal which is eaten by other animal. Prey is animals which is eaten by other. Yes. So prey is like snake eat rat, snake eat insects. So a snake swallows the animal they prey upon. Yes, they depend upon prey. And without chewing, they directly swallow it. Swallow, I already told you the meaning of swallow. Swallow means passing of food through food pipe, directly passing of food through food. Chewing, I already told you the meaning, biting and grinding. I hope you understood. Now, let's move on to the next point. Okay, frog. You might have studied about frog in lower class. A frog capture the food. A frog capture its prey. A frog capture its prey. Yes. Because the tongue, T-O-N-G-U, tongue. The tongue of frog is so sticky. Yes. The tongue of frog is so sticky. A frog captures prey with its sticky tongue. Frog capture prey with its sticky tongue. Prey means animals which are eaten by other animals. Yes. So prey is that animal which is eaten by frog. Okay. The tongue of frog is so sticky and long. So it stick out its tongue. The frog sticks out its tongue and capture the insect. Then roll it. Then the frog roll its tongue back into the mouth. Thus, Thus the frog capture the food, means thus the frog capture its prey, or you can say its insect, and eat. So how does frog capture? At first the frog stick out its tongue and capture the insect, then roll the tongue back into the mouth. Then it digests it. In this way, frog eat the prey. I hope you understood. Now let's move on to the next point. Okay kids, you can see the picture of earthworm. Can you see? As you can see the picture of earthworm. So The structure of earthworm is muscular. The structure of earthworm is muscular. Earthworm is also known as friend of farmer, farmer's friend. Yes, earthworm is also called farmer's friend. An earthworm uses its muscular pharynx to swallow its food. Because earthworm doesn't have any teeth, so it use gizzard. Gizzard is an organ. Gizzard is an organ which is present in earthworm, which is used to take the food. Which is used to take the food. Then, after taking food, it swallow. It swallow with the help of pharynx. It swallow with the help of pharynx. Pharynx is made of muscles. So, earthworm uses its muscular pharynx to swallow its food. Again I am telling, because earthworm has no teeth, so it uses a special structure which is known as gizzard. Gizzard to take the food, to decompose the food, break down the food, and it also has a special organ which is called pharynx. Pharynx means food pipe. Pharynx means, simple meaning of pharynx is food. So, this pharynx is made of muscles. This pharynx is made of muscles. Yes. So, with the help of muscular pharynx, it swallow the food. Earthworm helps to digest waste material of plants and animal waste. Yes. Earthworm decompose the plants and animal waste and convert into manure, convert into compost. The compost formed by earthworm is called vermicompost. Yes, generally red worms are used to make vermicompost. Generally, red worms are used to make vermicompost. Okay. You might have studied in 6th class. Do you remember about vermicompost? What is vermicompost? The process of making compost using red worms. The process of making compost using red worms is called vermicompost. Okay. So, in the beginning, at first we studied about hummingbird. Hummingbird suck the nectar, butterfly suck the nectar. Then we studied about human being. Human being uses their hand to put the food into mouth and swallow the food after chewing. Then we studied about animals which feed on mother's milk, like calf feed on cow, and many baby feed on different animals. Okay. Then we studied about snake. Snake swallow the food directly without chewing it. Then we studied about frog. A frog capture prey with its sticky tongue. Then we studied about earthworm. Yes, earthworm uses its muscular pharynx to swallow the food. Okay. Now let's move on the next point. Okay, dear kids. So next topic is amoeba. Yes. Now we will study about amoeba. 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 Yes. So amoeba. Let's talk about the structure of amoeba. First, let's talk about the structure of amoeba. Amoeba is a unicellular organism. Amoeba is a unicellular organism. Unicellular means, and what is the meaning of multicellular? Yes. What is the meaning of multicellular and what is the meaning of unicellular? Because you already know that our body is made up of cells. Yes, our body is made up of cells. different animals have different number of cells. Different animals have different number of cells. In our body, in human body has many cells. It means we are multicellular. So, what are multicellular organisms? Organisms which are made of two or more cells. But there are many organisms which are made of only single cell. They are known as unicellular organisms. So amoeba is made of only one cell. That's why amoeba is called unicellular organism. Okay. Now let's talk about the structure of amoeba. The shape of amoeba, or you can say structure of amoeba, can be in any shape, because amoeba change its shape. Yes, it can change shape. So the shape of amoeba can be any in shape. What is present inside the amoeba? Inside the amoeba, a jelly-like liquid is present. Which is known as cytoplasm. Inside the amoeba, a jelly-like liquid is present, which is called cytoplasm. The spelling of cytoplasm is CYTOPLASM. So, jelly-like liquid is present inside the amoeba, which is called cytoplasm. And two more things are present. Nucleus is present at the center of amoeba. What is nucleus? Nucleus control the body of amoeba. What is nucleus? Nucleus control and coordinate the body of amoeba. And one more thing is present. Vacuole. Vacuole is empty space. Vacuole. Vacuole is present in amoeba. It is empty space. This space is actually present for food. Okay? Whatever amoeba will eat, the food will go into food vacuole. A vacuole is empty space where food is digested. So, I am reading the line which is written. Amoeba, a unicellular animals, engulf tiny particles. Engulf means take in. Amoeba is a unicellular organism, or you can say unicellular animal. Amoeba take the tiny particles. Amoeba take the food with the help of pseudopodia. Using pseudopodia, amoeba unicellular or animals engulfs tiny particles of food using pseudopodia. Yes. Check the spelling of pseudopodia. Pseudopodia. Pseudopodia means false fit. Feet. False fit. So, whenever amoeba spot any tiny particle or any food particle, it open its pseudopodia, it spread its pseudopodia, it open its false feet and capture. Amoeba surround the food by pseudopodia. Amoeba capture the food by pseudopodia. Pseudopodia means false feet. Then take in the food vacuole. To engulf the food. To eat the food. Yes. Amoeba at first capture the food using pseudopodia. Then what does it do? Then the food goes into vacuole. In food vacuole, the food is digested with the help of some chemicals, with the help of juice. In this way, amoeba take the food. Amoeba eat the food. I hope you understood. So, point number one. Point number one. Amoeba take the food using pseudopodia. Amoeba take the food using pseudopodia. Pseudopodia is also known as false feet. How does it take? It opens its pseudopodia to capture the tiny food particle, then bring into vacuole. Vacuole is empty space, or you can say bring into food vacuole where it is digested, where the food is being digested. Okay, I hope you understood. Now let's move on the next point. Okay, so we talked about unicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms are made of single cell. They are single celled organisms. Amoeba, for example, amoeba is a unicellular organism. Now let's talk about multicellular organism, means multicellular animals whose body is made of two or more cells are called multicellular organism. Example, hydra. Yes, you can see the picture of hydra. So hydra is a multicellular organism. Hydra has tentacles, yes, thread-like structure, spine-like structure, which are actually stinging cell. So hydra has tentacles on their mouth. You can see thread-like structure. You can see they are actually stinging cell. Yes, they are actually. So hydra has tentacles around their mouth. Hydra use tentacle. Yes, hydra use tentacle to surround its prey. Yes, hydra use its tentacle. Just you can imagine that tentacle are just like our finger, and tentacles are just like our finger. So with the help of tentacle, it surrounds the food. Then it kill its prey using its stinging cell. Yes, the stinging cells are present on tentacles, which are used to kill. Yes. Then the food is pushed inside the body cavity. So, in multicellular organisms like hydra, there are numerous tentacles around their mouth. Hydra uses tentacles, surround its prey, kill them with its stinging cell, then the food is pushed inside the body. About hydra, if you want to write, you can write. If you don't want to write, don't write. Okay? About hydra is not given in your book. If you wish to write, if you want to write, you can write. If you don't want to write, then don't write. Okay? Don't. No problem. Okay? So remember, hydra has tentacles. What is the work of tentacle? Tentacle surround the food, surround the prey. Tentacle surround the prey. Then hydra kill the prey using its cell. Which cells? Stinging cell. Then hydra kill the prey using cell. Which cell? Stinging cell. Then the food pushed inside the body. So point number one. Hydra has tentacle cell. What is the work of tentacle? Tentacle surround the prey. Point number two. Tentacle surround the prey, then hydra kill the prey. Using its stinging cell. Point number three. Then the food is pushed inside the body cavity. Pushed down inside the body cavity. I hope you understood. Now let's move on the next point. Okay, kids, let's begin the main topic, digestion. Please write down in your notebook. Okay. So I will give you today only a short introduction about digestion. Okay. Then in next class we will study in detail. So human body digests the food. We digest the food. How do we digest the food? After taking the food is digested, then it is passed to the different parts of body for growth, repair and other vital functioning of body. Yes, we take the food, then food passes through different parts of body, different parts of which are the parts I will show you all the parts, through which food passes. Okay, and the food help to grow the body, repair the body and do different type of function. Yes, so we eat food because so that our body can function different, work properly. Okay, and food help to grow and repair the body. The food that we take is primarily in the form of complex substance. Yes, whatever we eat is actually a complex substance. Yes, complex means it is necessary to digest it. Digestion is necessary. Without digestion process, the food will not give out enough energy, adequate energy. Yes, that's why whatever we are eating, actually it is complex. Yes, complicated. But our body machine make it simpler. So food in such complex form is not used by animals. Yes, we cannot use it directly. We need to digest it. We need to break down it. Hence the need to be first broken down into simpler soluble form. So we break down it. We convert into simpler form. We convert into simpler soluble form, so that they can absorb by the cells of body. So that food can absorb by the cells of body. Food can absorb the nutrients. Cells of human body can absorb the nutrients. So the food we take is primarily in the form of complex substance. The food we take is primarily in the form of complex substances. Food in such complex form is not used such by animals, hence they need to be first broken down into simpler soluble form, so that they can be absorbed by the cells of body. So we cannot eat directly complex food. We cannot eat directly complex substance. We cannot eat directly complex food, complex substance. First, we need to make into simpler form. We need to make it into simpler form, simpler soluble form, so that our body can absorb it, our body can digest it. This process is called digestion. Yes, the process of breaking down complex substance into simpler substance is called digestion. The process of breaking down complex substance into simpler soluble form, simpler substance is called digestion. I hope you understood. Now let's move on the next point. Kids, you can see the picture of digestive system. Whatever we eat, the food is digested by a system called digestive system. The complex substance that we eat converted into simpler form. The complex substance we eat converted into simpler soluble form by digestive system. There are different parts of digestive system, as you can see on the screen: mouth, salivary glands, esophagus, liver, gallbladder, stomach, pancreas, large intestine, small intestine, appendix, rectum, anus. Yes, these are the part. First part is mouth, next salivary gland, then esophagus, then liver, gallbladder, then stomach, pancreas, large intestine, small intestine, appendix, rectum, anus. These are the part. You will draw the diagram of digestive system in your notebook. In next class, we will study properly, okay, about digestion. Now it's time to ask you question. Let's move on the next point. Okay kids, it's question time. Question number 1, define digestion. Yes, define digestion. What is digestion? The process of breaking down complex substance into simpler substance is called digestion. Or you can say the process of converting complex substance into simpler soluble form is called digestion. The process of breaking down complex substance into simpler substance is called digestion. Yes, the process of breaking down complex substance into simpler substance is called digestion, or you can say the process of converting complex substance into simpler form is called digestion. Or the simple word meaning other, in another word, transform food into smaller particle and release nutrient. This process is digestion. Question number 2. How does amoeba digest the food? Yes, how does amoeba digest the food? How does amoeba digest the food? How does amoeba digest the food? Amoeba is a unicellular organism. Yes, it engulf means take, engulfs, engulf tiny particle of food by using pseudopodia. Then amoeba surround the food by pseudopodia. It takes the food, then it goes in food vacuole to engulf the food, where some juices are present, digestive juices are present in food vacuole, which digest the food, Yes. Question number 3. Write the name of different organ of digestive system. Yes, write the name of different organs of digestive system. Organ number, there are many organs of digestive system: mouth, salivary gland, esophagus, liver, gallbladder, stomach, large intestine, small intestine, appendix, rectum, anus. Okay, so please learn the diagram of digestive system, learn the definition of digestion, learn the structure of amoeba. It's enough for you. Okay, it's enough for you. So learn the diagram of digestive system and its part, definition of digestion, structure of amoeba. I hope you understood. Now we will meet in next class. Till then, goodbye.